Hi everyone, Michael here. Today's video, I'm promoting the Great British National Strike. Let's go. Okay, so everyone knows our country is messed up and we want solutions to our problems. And a lot of people are going on about civil war, but it's important for us to understand the dangers of a civil war. But a lot of social media accounts want to promote civil war because they get clicks and attention. But we don't need a civil war. I believe that this way is how we can solve our problems with a Great British National Strike. And I'd heard people talk about it, but I thought it was just one day. And I was going to release a video yesterday talking about solutions. And I was actually saying we need to do like a week-long strike and we basically just don't do anything. And when I was going through social media today, I saw that the Great British National Strike actually was similar to what I was talking about. And they're basically saying for 1 week, no work, no education, no shopping. And that is a brilliant idea, because if we did that, the establishment would be shook. And it's the last thing they want. They're happy for us to do petitions. They're happy for protests to go on. But if we shut down the entire economy, the entire education system, then they will be completely delegitimized. And it's a good thing, because if we did it for a week and then they called a new election or they submitted to our demands and then they betrayed us again, we'd just do it again. Another week of total lockdown. And it is a way that we can solve our problems peacefully without any stupid ideas about a civil war. And this is planned for the beginning of February. So I'm doing this video to hopefully reach as many people as possible. And people need to understand it. I don't hear any of the big YouTubers talking about it. Yesterday was the first time that I'd properly researched into it. And nobody seems to be talking about it other than Vindicator Strikes Back has mentioned it a few times. And I think we need to share it with as many people as possible, because this is the way. This is definitely the way forward to solve our problems in this country. Because I think we can make demands of, say, call an election, but that may not even do much because all the parties are useless. But our demands could be shut our borders, push back against Islamic extremism, push back on crime, sort out all these illegals in hotels, push back free speech. And if you don't do this, if you implement your communist agenda for your EU masters, then we're not going to partake in society. And we're going to completely delegitimize and defund all of these platforms. And not just the government, but massive organisations such as Sky TV. If they carry on going along with the agendas, then we're going to defund them. Football clubs who are making loads of money, if we stop attending football matches in big numbers, all of these organisations will be brought under our demands rather than us being their puppets. And I know some people will say, well, you're not getting enough people, but you'd only need like 20% of the population to actually partake, and it would send a massive, massive message. And this is the way. As I said, this year needs to be a year of action. And you see the likes of Danny Tomo, what he's doing down at the border, that's good work. He's taking action. And if everybody in the country went on strike, that would take action and we'll get our country back. Everybody likes to moan about the problems. Well, let's actually do some action. For 1 week, let's do the Great British National Strike. No education, no work, no shopping. That's how we do it. Okay, so that's the point of my video today. I just wanted to get the word out there and basically say it is a great idea. It is the best idea that I can think any of us can come up with to push back against the system. And this is what they do not want. Remember, we need to look at what our enemies don't want. The enemy are happy for petitions to go into government. They're happy for a little protest to go along. They don't care. But a Great British National Strike would send shivers down them and they would be panicking like you wouldn't believe. And we need to let them know that we're onto their games. And we know that it's not just the British government, it's the European Union, it's the WEF, and it's communist enemies from the likes of BRICS, and that we're not going to put up with any of it. And I think the Europeans should also join us, because it's not just a problem in England and in Britain, it's all over Europe. So the Europeans could join us as well, and it could be a pushback to the European Union to understand that we're not putting up with their crap any longer. And if you like what I'm talking about, like it, share it, subscribe, and stay subscribed, because tomorrow I'm going to be coming up with a plan of a United States of Europe. So as I said, as England, Britain, we can't really push back massively, but I believe Europeans need to come together, kick out the EU, who are a bunch of commies, and start an organisation to replace that with the United States of Europe, which would be a freedom, liberty-loving people, much like America and how their constitution was founded. We would found a constitution as the United States of Europe, where individual European countries would be free people working together as European brothers and sisters. Okay, so if you like what I'm talking about, subscribe. That will come out tomorrow or Friday. Hope everybody as well. Stay positive. We're going to make progress this year. God bless everybody. Goodbye.